expensive DJ controllers for DJ Pro and the iPad. Over the years, DJ Pro has increased in popularity by a great deal and is now accepted as a professional DJ platform alongside with Serato and Tractor and Virtual DJ. So Algorithm has teamed up with some of the biggest names in the DJ controller business and made some professional, high quality, professional DJ ready controllers. And although they're a little more pricey than some of the more affordable options and the more basic options, it is really great to see these professional controllers for DJ Pro. So watch to the end of the video and I'll show you my favorite expensive DJ Pro controllers. First one is the Reloop Mixon 4. This is a 4-channel DJ Pro professional controller. So you have access to 4 full EQ sections. So if you like DJing with 4 decks, which DJ Pro supports, then this is one of the best controllers that supports 4 decks. Also, the jog wheels are really big and they have a great feel to them, and the build quality is metal and very sturdy. It has on the EQ bands, you have control of the gain, the low, the mids, the highs, and the filters, and then you have independent effects for each channel. It also has access to NeuroMix from the controller, which is really cool because the new controllers are starting to include NeuroMix with them. This controller is about $750 to $800. I'll leave a link below if you guys want to get it from Amazon. And if you guys are doing professional parties like weddings or big club events and stuff like that and need a full-size 4-channel controller built for DJ Pro, this is one of the only ones available. It also has the slot for the iPad, which they say fits the biggest iPad Pros. I haven't tried it with an iPad with the case on, but they said it will fit. You also have access to all the effects, all the scratching and looping, and anything that's available in DJ Pro you could do right from this controller, which is really cool. One is the Reloop Beatpad 2. This controller is very popular for scratching. It's used in the scratching tutorial that DJ Pro provides on their website. This controller is known for having great jog wheels. The build quality is amazing, and it also has a built-in iPad stand for the iPad, which I love when these controllers include them, so you don't need an external place to set up your iPad, and then it's available to use right there in front of you. This controller is a professional controller. It has professional inputs and outputs. The tempo slider is incredibly long and it's very accurate. So if you're a more advanced DJ that likes to do manual beat matching and scratching and you're very hands-on, this is definitely a controller for you. Unlike the last Reloop controller, this is a 2-channel controller, so you have two channels of full EQ control. You have a filter, bass, mids, and highs. This controller is very high quality built and definitely a great choice if you usually only use 2 decks to mix, but you still want a professional DJ controller for your iPad. The next one is the most expensive one on this list. This is the Denon DJ Prime 4. This is a full independent professional DJ unit with a built-in 10-inch screen, and it's a 4-channel DJ controller. This thing is insane. Now, the Algorithm website says that it works with DJ Pro, but I believe that you can't get DJ Pro on the built-in screen, that you have to use your iPad as the screen, and then you could just use the controls on the controller, everything except the screen to work with DJ Pro. But if you have this controller, you really don't need to use DJ Pro anymore. Even though it's my favorite software and I love it, if I had this controller, I would use the built-in DJ software that's already built into this controller, which is called DJ Prime by Denon, the maker of the controller. So out of the box, this controller already has the screen, already has access to the internet, so you could just hop on this controller and you could use the provided streaming services, Tidal, SoundCloud, BeatSource, and you can mix millions and millions of songs on a completely professional DJ controller. It has separate zone outputs. It has you could plug in a microphone. You can control the volume and the pitch of the microphone. You could even use this controller to control your light show and stuff like that. It is connected to the internet, so you could get updates on it. They update things like the jog wheel sensitivity, or if there's a defect or people are complaining about something, they could update this controller online. This is the future of DJing with these standalone units. I'm seeing in the DJ community that the new type of controllers are getting away from the look of a controller and then a laptop. When these touchscreens are becoming more and more accessible, that it makes more sense to just put it into the controller. So if you have a large budget and you want a full professional standalone DJ controller, which is one of the best on the market, definitely check this out. It's a big investment, but it should last you a long time because it's very good quality, and I would definitely recommend it. DJ Pro and the iPad, you could perform excellent DJ mixes and professional DJ sets by just using the iPad with the touchscreen capability. There's really nothing that you can't do with using the iPad itself. But as they change and get rid of the headphone jacks and get rid of ways to connect to the iPad, it's really hard to get good quality, reliable audio out of it. So with these professional DJ controllers that are a little more expensive, they have more professional inputs and outputs like RCA, XLRs, and stuff like that. If you go with one of the less expensive, smaller DJ controllers, like this one only has a port for a regular like headphone jack or auxiliary port. So that's one thing that you want to consider if you're going to be doing weddings and big professional parties where you're charging a lot of money. It's definitely a good idea to invest in one of these professional DJ controllers, even though they're a little bit more expensive. So if you like learning about DJing with the iPad and learning about the new technology and the new software and hardware that's involved with it, subscribe to the channel. And if you like any of these DJ controllers and want to purchase them, I'll leave a link so it's easy for you in the description. Thank you.